Hey guys, how's it going? Have you listened to any of the teachings of Abraham or read any books from Abraham? If you haven't, I highly recommend checking it out because the things I learned from Abraham is channeled through Esther, I'm sure, and you've heard me talk about it before in my podcast, but I am seriously in awe, in amazement today. Here's what happened, and then I will tell you how it's related to Abraham. So I played tennis today with my friend, and she goes, you love the game of tennis, and this is so good, and we can play, and it's so nice to see and everything. I go, what? I love tennis? So it took me by surprise to hear her say that, and here's why. Because for the last couple of years, I was playing tennis, but I was not excited about it. I was not loving it, and I was not even liking it. I was like, oh, why am I dreading tennis? I don't feel like I'm not excited to go play. And I had other friends who love swimming, and they say, oh my gosh, I just love swimming and I can't wait, and I'm going to go, and it just feels so amazing. I'm like, and so I was really jealous. I thought, well, I would love that for myself. Like, why don't I love tennis as much, right? And should I pick a different sport, right? So back then, I thought to myself, that would be so awesome if I love tennis. I would love to love tennis. I would love to be excited to go play. And that's what I said back then. And today, my friend said that I love tennis. And I go, oh yeah, I do love tennis. And I have been enjoying tennis a lot more lately. And so the point here is that I actually put it out there into the universe that I want something, and I want that. I want to enjoy tennis more. I want to love tennis more. And, tennis is such a small example, but I think that's why it works so well. Because so here's now bringing it back to Abraham. Abraham teaches and taught me the value of defining what it is you want and actually thinking about it actively, thinking about what it is that you want and defining it specifically in as much detail as possible and putting it out there into the world. I want this. And putting it out into the world, meaning energy-wise, not like telling people also, but you can also tell people, but more importantly, energy-wise, thinking about it and feeling what it is that you want and knowing what it is that you want, because that actually is a process and work to do that. Because if you don't know what you want, then how are you going to get anything, right? You have to first start with what you want. And then this brings brings the connection back to our thoughts. So if we think about what it is that we want, we create a thought that goes something like, I want this specifically. I want to enjoy tennis. I want to like tennis more. I want to love tennis, right? If you make it that specific, then you create a sentence and in your head, a thought, and thoughts create all of our results in our life because that's where all of the creation starts, right? So that's why I wanted to talk to you about it, because was in awe today to discover that it's true about me, that, hey, I did it again. I thought about something. I put it into the universe, what it is that I want, and here I have it already. It took a while, maybe half a year or so, but I have it. And so that in itself, I love that. It's so abstract, but I love how it always proves to me my own theory. And the theory is what Abraham teaches us, is that the universe will bring you what you want. And in fact, Esther wrote a book through channeling Abraham. It's called Ask and It Is Given. So it's by Esther Hicks, but it's channeling Abraham. If you want to look it up, I have that book. And basically the idea is you need to ask for what you want and then it will be given, right? So that's how I am really looking at this if you have a menu, if you go to a restaurant and you want to order something to eat, you have to look at the menu and then you ask for what you want and then it is given. Well, the same thing I'm finding in life over and over and over again. I find myself, if I'm in a frustrating spot and I want something, if I define it specifically and I know exactly what I want, then the universe brings it to me. Sometimes right away, sometimes with a time delay, but every time I am amazed because I get exactly what I wanted. So I wanted to create this podcast to really magnify the significance of asking and defining what it is you want, to really help you see that how important it is to do that, to define what it is you want, even without telling anyone. So even if you just define what it is you want in your head, even if it is the smallest little detail about what you want. For example, this house that I'm in, before we bought the house, we were shopping for a bigger house, because we had twins coming. So I really had only this one detail in my head about the house. I was picturing walls, like big, vast, like freshly painted walls in my head about the new house, because I really didn't have any other idea. I mean, I had some requirements, right? Enough bedrooms for the kids. But other than that, I didn't have anything specific, but I had the walls very specific. And that's exactly what I got. And with the walls came the exact house that we need to support our family. So again, I really want to inspire you to create a list and keep creating lists and keep working on the list of things that you want for yourself. And those things can start with material things. And that's actually a great place to start practicing it, because material things you can purchase yourself. Or of course, people can give them to you, but they're easier to practice with because they're easier to come by. And then you can transfer or move on to things like feelings. I want to feel a certain way, or I want to believe something, right? Or I want a situation to happen, right? This what I want you to inspire you to make that list. And I want you to know how important that list is. Every time I have written something down that I want, or something that I actually made a specific desire, like I want this, I have received, and it's the most powerful creator that we have is in our brain. And I want to encourage you to use it. And it might sound selfish, it might sound self-centered, and let it be that. And I believe that it's still for the greatest good that we get what we want, because then we feel happier, we feel more in control of our life, we feel satisfied, we have more fun, we enjoy things, right? It's not only when we're kids that we can get things that we want. As grown-ups, we still need to practice that. Especially as grown-ups, we still need to keep doing that, right? Especially now with Christmas coming and presents, people buying presents. Whenever you talk to a grown-up, whenever I talk to one, and I say, hey, today I asked my friend, I said, what do you want for Christmas? And the common answer is, well, I already have everything. I don't really know what I want. And that's why I think we need to practice it even more. The art of asking, because it takes imagination. It takes actually work. For me, it takes some work to actually think of what it is that I want, right? It actually is a skill, a muscle that you need to bend to keep asking, because you need to think about it. So I hope I encouraged you to do that. And you can have anything you want. And so just ask, and don't worry about how the universe is going to give it to you or how you're going to do it. Just imagine what would be super awesome to have or to do or to feel. And I would love to know. Also, if you have any success with that, tell me, email me. If you need any help with any of this. And again, this comes back to our relationships, right? If we have such a relationship with ourselves that we care enough to make a list of things that we want, then when it comes to our son, our kids, our relatives, how we will relate to what they want with a better care, we will be more attentive, we'll just have a better relationship, right? So start with yourself, practice that with yourself, and be patient, and you will achieve that with other relationships. Yeah. So like I said, you can have any help from me that you want with any relationship, yourself, your mom, your son, anyone. And you can come find me on my website, www.coachingnatalia.com. And yeah, sign up for a free session. We can talk on the phone or on Zoom, whatever you feel comfortable with. And I just want to help you have a better life, feel happier, fight less with the people in your life, and then have fun and make a list of things you want, because it should be this easy. Yeah. Okay, guys, I love you. Have a great week. Bye.